How you guys doing? Thank you comes to my channel as always. So today I'm doing something different. I'm doing a reaction video to Jaimo's video. He's in Sosua and the video is titled Why I Stopped Dating in the United States. So I'm gonna just tell you what I think about the video and what he said and my perspective, how I feel based on what he said as a black female expat here also in Dominican Republic. So let's get started.
Appreciate the regular guy more so in the US. You know what I mean? And when I say regular guy, I'm talking about a guy who's hardworking, a guy who has a 9 to 5, if you will, or a guy who who's always on his grind. You know what I'm saying? But in a regular way. Now I'm not talking about like some superstar, like some super athlete, some super rapper or something like that. Just a regular, somebody who teaches English online like myself. Women appreciate those type of guys more.
So he just said that he feel like a lot of Dominican females like guys, like regular guys who got 9 to 5 jobs, who's hard working. Um, and from like the Dominicans I know here, I feel like that's a certain extent because at the same time it's like a lot of females want somebody who's a provider, and when you come having somebody who's a provider, that comes with like stable, like stability, money, somebody who basically could provide for them. Um, Now I won't say it's because the American guy is hard working or because it's like just a regular guy. Because if that was the case, they be dating the Haitian. You get what I'm saying? The hate, like a lot of Haitians are hard working. They be out building stuff out in the field. Like even Dominicans, like a lot of Dominicans be like working hard. So I don't know if it's about the working hard part or more about what you can provide. Because these people, like a lot of women, Dominican women, does not work, and they depend on like a man to provide whatever lifestyle they want to live.
In the U.S. And that's a just an undeniable. That's a fact. Just what I'm saying, and that's a fact. So, and as I was listening to as I was listening to the brother talk, it's just everything he was saying just kind of like basically just kind of got to the point of just regular guys can win, and especially well I can speak here
So
in
he trying to
Dominican Republic,
say
especially if you're
women in the
generous
States does not
with
really appreciate
with the
hardworking guys.
pesos and whatnot, then then you can have a very good time. Because I want to be very very
That's
clear.
give and take because at this
You know,
time,
I
in this stage in life, like women in the States are so independent where they don't you don't need a man, you don't need to have to depend on a man to provide for you. Let me pause this a sec. You don't need to depend on a man to provide for you. You independent, you got your own money, you got your own job, you doing everything you gotta do for yourself. And it's not the case for a lot of Dominican women. They waiting for a man to provide for them.
am not like a dating expert. I'm not a dating coach at all. I have
And again,
little
this
to
is
no
not
game.
all, but a majority.
I have very little to no game. And, because even in the video,
They stay in their home,
in
they
the U.S.,
cooking,
you
they
do have a lot more
cleaning,
like
and
mind
the man
games
is
and mind
providing.
trickery and whatnot. Like, how long should you wait after you get the chica's number to, to text her back? Like, it's I don't know anything about that. But I will say, and one thing I appreciate about dating here in Dominican Republic specifically is that typically women are a little bit more decisive. So
He talking about
if
I don't know
she
anything about
likes
that.
you,
He talking about how
then
he said he feel like in the States
she
there's a lot of
likes you.
mind games.
And now
I feel
that
like
could
there's mind
be
games anywhere. It don't matter what
because
country
she
you in.
sees you and she
Shoot.
wants some commitment, like a boyfriend type commitment, you know what I'm saying? Or that could be because she sees you as more of like a provider. Because here, and he talked about this in the video, that I can say specifically here in Dominican Republic is a little bit more traditional in that
That's my
way. What I
thing
mean,
about it.
there are level of expectations, we can
I
say.
do agree what he
And when
said
I say talking about being a provider, I'm not talking about
the
like
provider
like paying
thing
for
and
the
having
mortgage.
commitment because a lot of them don't work and they need somebody who provide, like basically be a provider for them. Um, and I feel like that's the same for Dominican men. This is not a lot of Dominican men, especially in these expats community. They go for like, child. I'm about to hurt some people feelings in here. They go for like this is what I seen last week. A lot of Dominican men is similar in a lot of ways to Dominican women because they go after a certain person or a certain type of aspect who they believe can provide them a certain lifestyle. So that could be from paying their bills to trying to bring them over to the country or even try to trap American women. It's definitely Dominican men out here looking for sugar mamas, and it's the same way for Dominican women. Not all. Some of them was like legit, and then they find who they find, settle, get married, all that good stuff. But a lot of them is not like that. They looking to see what you can provide for them. And it might even not even be like, oh, extra for like, let me see. They could be like, oh, my grandma's sick. Can you give me like 5,000 pesos? Like, if she's, first of all, they get, a lot of them get free healthcare. But like, it'd be like random stuff and they ask for money. A lot of Dominican women be like that. Be asking for money for like random stuff. Um, so it's really about, and I feel this for both. You see Dominican guys with the white aspects trying to get a sugar mama, and these Dominicans be like in their 20s, 30s, walking around with like these old ladies that's like in their 50s, 60s. Like this old enough to be your son, but shoot, I guess everybody got to make a way for. I don't know. Everybody got to make their own way. But yeah, these people old enough to be your son, be your grandkids. And the same way with so it's like it seems like you just looking for a sugar mama, you trying to come up. The same way like Dominican women be going after certain aspects, and I feel like it's like transactional. It's a transactional relationship. It's give and take. He gets something, you get something. You get something, he gets something. It's not like a one way transaction. Like everybody getting something out of the relationship, but it's definitely transactional with these people because I feel like this: if they was able to receive the same amount of stability or finances that an American or Canadian or whatever country you're from is, if they was able to receive that from their own community with like when it comes to like their own men, their local men, they probably wouldn't even think twice about dating an expat or a foreigner because like wait, why would I need you when I could get the same thing for what a guy who lives here, you know what I'm saying? Who lives here, who know my culture, who know my language, like it'd be a lot of transactional things going on in my opinion. But yeah, let's continue.
Or something like that. But I'm just saying like that could be, just paying for all the dates. You know what I'm saying? If it gets a little freaky, freaky, you know what I'm saying? Maybe helping her out with the rent or something like that, you know what I'm saying? Or it could be helping out with her baby, because that's very common. There's a lot of single mothers here, specifically in Dominican Republic. So, I don't want to mislead people and think that, or mislead guys and think like you just come here, it's going to be free flowing and you don't have to spend any money on anything. And it's just like the chicas just like you because they like you for you and all these things. Like,
He feel like a lot of Dominican women are traditional. I can't say that because a lot of them don't work, so they they are taking care of the household. They staying at home raising the kids. And again, this is not for everybody, but a lot of them are very traditional. They stay at home raising the kids, while the men are the providers. Where in the states, a lot of women are more independent and the breadwinners. Not all, but again, a lot are more independent. And do what they gotta do. While here, I feel like a lot of them, they kind of gotta depend on a man, like to be the provider. And there's nothing wrong with that. Shoot, if I could have somebody, do everything and all I gotta do is just take care of the household. Shoot, I'll be a housewife too.
I'm gonna be real. a lot of times, like I said, there's some traditional expectations. Either she likes you for you, and she just wants you in a committed relationship, or she likes the fact that you're American or something like that, or she might like.
He was just talking about the volume kind of low, but he was just talking about how people go back and forth about whether they like you for you or they like you because you are American. And I think it's based off the person because you do get genuine relationships out here, whether that's like through friendship or like a physical sexual relationship. You do make genuine relationships. Now, I feel like no matter what relationship, it's always motives. It's always motives. Whether you want to be with a person, you be like, oh, I like him or I like her because that's who I like, or it's because it's like, oh, maybe she American, or maybe, oh, I like him because he Dominican, I can learn language from him, or anything. I feel like it's always motive. So no one is innocent at all in these situations because it's always. I feel like there's always motives in it. It could be some good motives. It's not motives all don't always have to be negative, but at the same time, I feel like if they could date somebody who are more financially stable and can provide, whether that's American, Canadian, Dominican in itself, I feel like they would do that. But as you know, these people do not get no money. I'm telling you right now, people be asking me like, "Oh, how it is dating here?" And I'm telling you right now, when you date somebody here who's a local, who has a standard regular job, and who's not like a nurse or a doctor or like a bank manager, who just got like a regular local job. A lot of people work like hotels or the bars and stuff like that. These people is not making the money you think. These people do not have the money. Like not the money you used to. The money you used to in the States, and you be dealing with a guy in the States or dealing with a female in the States, they do not make the same amount of money that you are accustomed to. So what you have to be aware of that you are basically the breadwinner in that relationship. Like you are bringing in more resources than them because like what can a besides some a wet dick or some put like what can they provide you besides some entertainment and a nut? Like it's not. I'm sorry right now. I'm serious. I'm like this girl retarded. I'm mad. I'm dead serious. Like you are becoming since they are not financially stable. Like they not making the same amount of. They don't have the same amount of resources you have. They're not financially at the same place you are. That you are essentially becoming the breadwinner, which is the reason why a lot of Dominicans try to get with locals, and because a lot of them be like, you'll meet them for no for one day, a week, a month. What they gonna do? All the ladies who ever did in the Dominican Republic, you write me, you write it down. What they gonna do? They gonna be like, can you? I wanna marry you. We should get married. They all say the same thing. We should get married. I love you. We should get married. No, and it's probably the same thing. These American girls probably telling them these American guys the same thing. Oh, you the best I ever had. I love you. We should get married. We should have kids. All types of stuff. Whatever they tell them, they selling pipe dreams. And these people just paying off, paying off, paying off. Child, whatever worked for you. And not I. I ain't taking care of no grown person. But he just basically feel like he stopped dating in the United States because people was playing mind games, and compared to here, he feel like they are more upfront. Now I feel like this: people gonna play mind games no matter where you at. Um, because you can feel somebody is upfront, and you can feel like they the most genuine, upfront person you ever met, and they still could be playing my game. They still could be like, "Girl, I ain't into him. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. He playing. He doing X, Y, and Z. I'm just here for the ride. Hey, but they ain't gonna tell you that. They ain't gonna be honest with you and tell you that. And that could be for a guy too. This is not just for Dominican women or the Haitian. It's for everybody. It's anybody can play my game. And nobody gonna admit to you whether they playing my games. They ain't gonna admit. They gonna be like, yeah, last week I was playing mind games with you. They ain't gonna say that. Um, but I do feel like women here are more submissive. But it's because I feel like it's only because they don't really work, and again, this is not speaking for everybody, but a lot of Dominican females, and yeah, a lot of them do not work, and if they do try to do something, it's not like a job. It's like selling fruit, like small stuff that I be seeing. Like it don't be like no job. Like I be like, and again, this is not for everybody because you see um doctors or nurses. I go to the bank all the time. It's female dentists, no female Dominicans in there. My dentist is a female, so it's definitely females out here getting it and grinding and working. But for that other percentage of Dominicans who depend on a man, they are not working, and they expect for a man to basically provide, which is in return, if you ain't doing nothing, you just you know cleaning and cooking and fucking, you better be submissive. Shoot, you ain't doing nothing else. You ain't providing. You ain't bringing no food in. Yes, you cooking, but you ain't buying the food. You ain't paying no bills, so you better be submissive. Um, you better do something if you want to keep that man. Cause shoot, to to the left of you and to the right of you, it's a million other Dominicans who want to take your spot. Especially he a foreigner and he could get you out the country. Shoot, y'all don't get paid like that anyway. So you already know, like they do not. I'm telling you right now, you need to get. I don't. They do not. It's not the same. I'm just gonna say that because I don't want nobody feel no type of way, but it's not the same. But yeah, that's really it on why I'm not reacting to the whole thing because like 9 minutes and my video is already long, but I want to just talk a little bit because I just seen the video and I was like, oh, that's a good topic on why he stopped dating in the U.S. But I feel like men is gonna be men just like women is gonna be women, and everybody got their own motives. Everybody got their own reasons on why they date a certain person, whether that's for like some type of support, whether they really fit, like genuinely are attractive to the person, they really enjoy the person company. It's multiple reasons why somebody would date a person, but at the same time, you can't take like a few dating experience and be like, no what, I'm done with dating in the United States. Cause shoot, that's the case. A lot of my friends here in the Dominican Republic, they could be like, no what, I ain't dating no more Dominicans. Even though they be saying that, shoot, everybody got needs, so they could be like, I ain't dating no Dominican, and then a little bit later, they probably date another one. So yeah, you can't be like, oh, I stopped dating people in the U.S. just because of a few bad experience. Cause shoot, you never know. The one for you might be in the U.S. or the one for you might be from a different country who plan to move to the U.S. That's really it. But definitely be careful because everybody got different mode. People is people. People just say that people is people, and you gotta be careful out here when it comes to dating, and just know who you dating. Like, I don't care if you gotta ask the person 5 million questions every day to see you. Like, who are you? Who your family? Who your people at? What's going on? Especially you bring them around like in your space, in your environment, in your home. Especially, and you got kids. You bring around your kids. You gotta know who these people are. Cause people could be all nice and buy you a drink at the bar and dance. And they can be nice if they want. but you never know a person. So that is really it. Hopefully you guys like, comment, and subscribe as always. And that's really it.